All right, guys, good morning. Today, 6th of November, 2025. Crazy Global Market Talk with Cal. Crazy anytime, anywhere. All right. So today we're going to have a lot of fundamental news to cover. It's going to be very, very interesting stuff. So we'll talk about that in detail. Yeah. For those who are overseas and if you need translation, please try to turn on the transcript that's available on the Zoom. But I know that it's not that fantastic because of I think the AI is not that good yet. All right, disclaimer apply as usual. Please do your risk management as always. Okay. Now let's look at the big news first for today. All right, first of all, the Dow Jones was up by 200 points after the Supreme Court probes Trump tariff argument. All right, and AMD sparks the AI rebound. Okay. So one thing to note is that we all know that Donald Trump tariff has been always a concern because there are people saying they're not too sure whatever he's doing is actually right or even legal. So if let's say the court decide that it is not legal, theoretically speaking, he has to return back all the money. Now, of course, he had collected billions of dollars, and this money will be utilized for the government. So imagine that if you had to return, this is going to be a very catastrophic event. Yeah. So apparently it's right. This is what happened, interestingly. As the Supreme Court tough question about Donald Trump tariff raises hope that some of the duties may be rolled back. Okay, so apparently it's right. There is a bit of what they call both parties has some views on the tariff, and because of that, the market feel that this is good, and they feel that right some of the these duties are actually legal. Hence, therefore, that's why the market buys into that. Okay. And of course, traders on the prediction market reduce their bets that the Supreme Court will uphold. That means that they are betting that the Supreme Court will not uphold. Okay. And we also see that there's a lot of debate ongoing regarding about the current AI drive, which we saw that AMD has posted the third quarter earnings and it's better than expected, and the share went up. So it's quite interesting. Yeah. When the market want to sell, even the earnings is good, they just sell. When the market want to buy, even when the earnings is good, they'll buy. So that is why I keep on repeating you guys that OP is the most important thing. Throw away all this sort of overbought, oversold. Throw away all this earning nonsense because in my opinion, OP rules everything. If the boys want to sell today, they will sell regardless. If they don't buy today, they'll buy regardless. So yesterday, the day before, we saw the market coming down, right? And everybody was shocked because the earnings was good, but the market sells. And when everybody want to sell yesterday, the market went up, right? Because of the same thing. So that is how the world plays this game. All right. For those who want to find out more on the article, you can read up on this, why the Supreme Court Justice appears skeptical that Trump tariffs are legal. But again, this is very interesting, the way they twisted the title itself. By right, this is a negative. But in fact, they say that, okay, they're also thinking that it could be the other way around. So this is something quite interesting here. Okay, now the Asia private equity funds are now turning bullish on China, betting that the Beijing technology will be good, right? We can see that. But of course, we all know that the China market has been up for the last 3 months. So again, it's usually like this. When the boys buy, they keep quiet, and then they buy, until at a high price, when they really want to sell, they'll tell you these sort of stories. And of course, if you believe in that, and of course, I'm not saying that you won't go higher, but I'm just saying that this is how a typical way the boys want to release the funds. And we all know that China market now has come a point that it's a bit too high compared to 3 months ago. So if you want to chase up the market, I will not stop you, but I'll just give you the note of caution. Yeah. Okay. Now, last night we did see the NFP, the ADP, right? Many people were asking this question: how come the ADP came out despite that there was the US government shutdown? Well, you cannot be always not coming on the numbers. So apparently they still released the ADP, so which means that tomorrow will be the NFP, which is non-farm payroll. Yeah. All right. So the numbers of job came in much better than expected. Okay, it's a gain. So while market was expecting a lower number, it came a higher number. So again, that tells you that how the market played this game. All right, so this is the major news on the market. Now let's go to those sub news and those articles that I keep every day. Basically, it's all right. I will always look at this X and actually copied. I mean, basically, I just followed a few people, and then after that, I look at article. If it's a good article, I will just repost them into my own X account. So to find my X account, just go to CRAZII.com. You'll find me there. Okay. Now take a look here, guys. This is crazy. Now this is actually the U.S. commercial mortgage-backed securities, short form CMBS. And you can see that now the delinquency rate, that means that people who got bankrupted by this mortgage rate, is now at 11.8%. Now this is what number? We are now at all-time high. Since year 2000 until now, we are now at an all-time high level, which means that now a lot of offices are now bankrupt, right? Meaning a lot of people are not doing well in their business, and that's why you have these numbers. Now, of course, you say, Cal, this is non-technology with the AI world right now, so this one doesn't really cater to that. Well, I will say yes, I will say no. Although AI is a big thing for us, but it's still not like the wholesome of the whole economy. Probably take about 10 to 15% if you really squeeze in everything to AI. So all these little things is something to take note of. And of course, we all know that the Federal Reserve reverse repo facility is collapsing. We can see that. That means that we're going to have a strong QE. Now, this one is a very important note, everybody. Expect aggressive QE, means quantitative, right, easing and money printing. So which means that, right, the dollar is expected to drop. And I said this before, that by later this year, which is from now onwards to the later part, I do expect the dollar to drop quite a fair bit. Okay. And if this is going to happen, obviously gold will go up, Bitcoin will go up, probably the stock market will go up. So then you will ask a question, if that is the case, then why are you bearish in the stock market? Well, this is something that you must understand. Okay. Why would they want to do aggressive QE? Is because the market is having a limbo situation, whereby it's overvalued, too high, the price is too unattractive to buy. So if you want to have a complete picture, with the QE coming in a perfect way, you will need a pullback substantially from the market. And that's what I feel will happen. Then after that, the QE will come in to basically take over. And of course, you can see right now the this is not. In 1 minute, there's something wrong with my circuit. Let me just do this. Yeah, that's not the one that I actually my account. I realized that. Okay. Now, one thing to note, guys, you can see that the last 200 trades from the insider, where people are trading from the company bosses and the company bosses, the management and stuff, they were all selling. That means that, right, everyone in the market now that is doing any internal trades are all sellers. They're not buyers. And of course, there's something to take note of, is the Hindenburg omen signal. So basically, this one itself has its merits. Whenever this type of Hindenburg omen signals appear in the market, right, not 100%, I would say 60%, the market will pull back. All right. So basically, if you want to find out more, you can actually look at this called the Hindenburg omen signal. All right. Obviously, they took in the unfortunate event of the Hindenburg balloon that causes the big burst. So that's why they put it into the market. Yeah. Now, one thing to note, this is why I say very scary. This is one thing that I've been advocating, and I've been saying this, the ISM price paid versus CPI. Now, you can see that over the last 20 years, the ISM and the CPI is always going in tandem, right? You can see that they move in tandem. But now what do you see? The ISM is moving, or the CPI not yet. So to me, it's all right. This is not right. Hence, therefore, I believe the CPI will be going up very strongly next year. And of course, if CPI go up next year, means that inflation will be very, very high. and if inflation is very high, then of course you do expect the people to suffer. And that is why I say next year you have two interesting phenomena. You will have people making money from probably gold, on the Bitcoin, crypto. On the other hand, the inflation is going to go super, super high, and then people itself will have problem paying. Now, of course, if they make money from the market, no problem. But if they don't make money from the market, oh gosh, they'll suffer quite a fair bit. And that's the reason why I keep on saying that I want to help people in this place like Vietnam to make money from the market, and hopefully they can able to make some money when high inflation step in. All right, last one for today. Just to let you know, Michael Burry, we all know that he has been in the game for a very long time. He has just filed his Q3 13F. And let's take a look. If you look carefully, I'll bring it in right now. You can see that he has fallen in, and basically, in short itself, he have initiated a very, very large position against Palantir. Okay. And of course, he also has done some selling on, if I'm not wrong, it was on technology, on AI counters. Okay. So basically, it is very clear that this guy, either he knows something, or he have calculated, or he feel that the market is overbought. And of course, not say he's wrong or right, but I would say that out of 10 times, he's about 7 times right. So I cannot believe in what he is doing right now. Yeah. So those who want to see a little bit more on Hummingbird, you can see that these are all the time whereby the Hummingbird thing happened. Now, as again, it's not perfect. There are times whereby it came wrong. So let me show it to you, because I want you to do your own homework. So you can see that it came here back in 1999. It sold out a little bit. Then after it went up higher again. And if you immediately do a sell here, you had to wait for almost a few weeks before the market cave in. So same thing again, if you waited for another few more years and things happen again, the market didn't react instantly. It only reacted later. And that's probably like weeks later. Now, there were occasions whereby it didn't react at all. In fact, the market went up all the way. So you can see that it has its merits. Sometimes it was really pitch perfect. Sometimes it's totally wrong. So all I can say is this, guys, when you're using this Hummingbird effect itself, right, you have to still come together with the OP rule. Yeah, but definitely for sure right now, I am looking at this. I am watching the market very closely. And I say again, as long as the market stay below OP, I will sell the US market. But if it goes above OP, I'll cut my position. So I'll tell you more about this in a short while time. For those who are interested, very simple. There's a very good read. They do explain in detail what is there. Go to CRAZII.com on X, find me, follow me, and watch the articles over there. Okay, read the article over there. Yeah. Now, one thing to note that is now ongoing is this one here, which is the 10-year yield. The 10-year yield basically is one of the highlight, right? And you can see the yield is now going up. Now, this is quite interesting because normally when you have rate cut, you have the yield coming down. But because now seemingly Jerome Powell is informing the market that he's not going to cut in December, and this actually makes the market a little bit upset because the market is expecting a rate cut in December. So again, when this Jerome Powell do this, this is going to spook the market a fair bit, yeah? All right, all these are fundamentals that you can actually get from the market, but it's just that I make it easier for you, for those friends of mine who want to know more. Okay, let's look at the market today. Now, today, the market has been pretty sluggish. Let me just bring you in, talk about gold first this morning. All right, now the thing is this. People have been asking me now, Cal, the gold, can we buy? I repeat to you guys, there's no reason to buy at this moment. Now, why? Because do you see any yellow color? No. But Cal, can we buy cheap? Can we like do bargain hunting? Now, if you want to do bargain hunting, you don't need to ask me anymore. Because when you say bargain hunting means that, right? Let's say now it's at 3972 and you think it's cheap, you buy. If the price goes to 3950, it's even cheaper, buy more. If the price goes to 3920, wow, it's very cheap, buy more. So you see, when you decide to do bargain hunting, there's no downside. Every lower level is a good buy. So it's very different from trading. Trading means the moment I buy, I want to see profit immediately, if not within a short term. But we want to do value investing, or you're buying for long term, you want to buy because you think that it's a long time going to go up, then you don't need to ask me anything. Just buy whenever you like. Yeah? But usually the case is this. You buy now, and the price go lower, you buy more. And after that, the price go even lower, you can't take it anymore, you cut your position at the low end, and you lose money. And that is usually the market time it bottom out. Then what should you do? I also don't know what to tell you. Okay, so my friends, I know you've been texting me, a lot of you from Vietnam, asking me, Cal, when to buy gold. I repeat, I have not bought gold yet. I do intraday buy sell, but I don't buy gold to keep, because there's no reason for me to do it right now. Okay. Of course, you may say, well, Cal, isn't the KCX is blinking? Yes, the KCX is blinking, but I repeat, there's no yellow candle, so no buying. Okay. Now, one thing to note, why am I so adamant now? Because the MA30 is still here. The MA30 is a very important signal for gold long term. If the gold eventually one day stay above the MA30, oh, I tell you guys, you will see me calling to go buy, go buy, go buy, go every day. That means that from this spot here itself, you see me calling to buy. Then you ask me the same question again. Why didn't you buy here? Why you only buy here? My friends, I repeat, I'm a trader, okay? If I'm a value investor, I will buy any level right now. If I want to be a trader and make money, I want my things to be very sure, then I buy, okay? So this is a very important thing. Remember, once the gold stays above the MA30, then you consider yourself to buy some gold. If you think that you want to buy it cheap right now, you think gold is good price, then by all means, you can buy gold now, okay? So this is something that I need to do this, because I have been asked so many times, and I repeated a few times to a few people, but they don't get it. So today I purposely draw a chart for you. All clear? If all clear, press number 1 right now in the comment box. Thank you very much. Yeah. I mean, that's the best way to let everybody understand this and all know what to do. All right. Okay. So this is for gold for long term. Now, how about the short term today? Now, gold short term today, if it stays above OP, the first target definitely will be the pivot 1. Okay. Now, if the market do go below OP, the first support will be the MLP. Okay, that is what we can see from the day chart. Yeah. Now, of course, definitely for sure, the KSI seemingly declining. So that is where the selling is not as strong as the last few days. So we can actually, when you're selling something, just take note, take profit along the way. Yeah. Okay. Now this morning I traded the market. I shorted the gold. It's still sideways. Doesn't give me anything. Okay. So what you're gonna see from here now is this. Okay. That is a blue diamond, right? So the blue diamond, you need to put the diamond line. Okay. So you can see at this moment right now, it's basically ping pong around the OP and the diamond line. All right. And you can see that there was some selling just now. I thought it was going to go for KTR, but immediately rebounded. Why? Because the boys are buying relentlessly. Okay. So two sides of the coin. Yeah? Upside is because now the market has been sideways and the boys are buying. So it's good. It seems to be favoring the upside. Okay. Now, but because it's still below OP, we cannot buy yet. Okay. But now it's seemingly trying to push up. Let's see how it goes. On the flip side, if suddenly the price goes down and the KSI turns red, oh my God. Now these people who buy, they will cut loss immediately. So that's why the KTR -1 at 3961 will be triggered very fast if the selling comes in. Now, of course, if the buying comes in instead, break OP, first target, it will be the pivot 1 at 3987, as I mentioned to you. Now, pivot is a very strong, powerful technique in CRAZII. Do not fight the pivot. Okay? Do not fight the pivot. I said, if the market can break the pivot, definitely it will go higher. If the market can break pivot, definitely we're going to see going up towards the KTR +1, which is 3993. All right. So now it seems like it's just pushing a bit towards the OP. So traders stand by. Yeah. Watch out for this particular movement. Okay, we'll come back to this later. All clear, yeah? Okay, so I'm going to take this out and I'll just look at the market. Okay, we are approaching OP very closely now, everybody. Just take note of that, yeah? Okay, let me just change my screen. Okay, now let's look at the next market. That will be on the US Dow Jones. Okay, so as I told you guys that how powerful is our diamond line. Now, everyone look at this Dow Jones, okay? Can you see this? This is a chart without the diamond line, right? It's a normal chart without diamond line. Where's the diamond, right? Right click, refresh, all right? Can you see now the diamond appears here? Okay. Now, why the crazy diamond line is so important? Yesterday, I shared my friends. I told him that if the Dow Jones come down, when it go below 47,000, please take note of one number. He asked me what number was that. I say that, look, see the diamond here? Okay. Find a number here. The number for the closing price is 46958. So he put his number, all right, 46958, which is the closing price of the candle that has the diamond. Okay. And then I press OK. Can you see now? Oh my God, look at it, guys. Look how crazy is this. Yesterday, the Dow Jones lowest point is exactly at the diamond line. Exactly. I mean, not perfectly exactly, but it's good enough. The Dow Jones really touched that level and rebounded from there. This is why I say, guys, if you are going to attend my this coming pro elite trader class, I'll tell you how to use the diamond line even better. But of course, if not, you can also now hear from what I just said. You will know exactly how to play the diamond line. So this is why I know that the big boys are buying. So yesterday, when the Dow Jones come down to this level, I buy back all my short position. Because I know the day chart itself is green, the market will not close at the day low. I said this many times before. If the day chart KSI is green, and if you're selling in the market, don't expect the market to close at day low. It will not close at day low. Not 100%, but I'll tell you 90%. Vice versa. If the market is KSI red and you are selling, there's a very high chance the market will close at day low. Go and do a back test and you will see my answer. It's very phenomenal. Okay, so that was whereby I know that the Dow will recover, and it happened. Okay, I'm going to change the color a little bit. Okay, I'll comment later to talk about that. Now, today, the Dow Jones, if it goes up, the upside will be as high as 47,593. But if the market stays down, which is happening right now, then the market may have to come down to the MLP, which is at 47,234. Now, let me show you the impact of the diamond line so that you can see how crazy is this, because I believe that today it will be triggered again. Okay, so this is the Dow today. All right, this is Dow today. So it's still not moving yet, but we're approaching the GTH hour already. Now, everyone take a look. This is how crazy it is. Okay, hold on there. Let me make it smaller. This is what happened yesterday. Okay, take a look, everyone. Okay, you see this? So yesterday, the Dow Jones opening price slammed down, and this is the diamond line. Look at it. Look at how the market stopped there. Let me just make it bigger for you. Yeah, just give me a moment. Right. So this is the diamond line yesterday. The market stopped here. The market stopped here. The market stopped here. So if you practice the diamond line rule, once you touch the diamond line and rebound, CCRY you buy. Now this one you don't make because the market went sideways and came down again. The second one you will make because it went up. The third one confirm make because it's purposely slammed down below the diamond line, and after that rebounded and on its own comes with diamond. So that was a double diamond in a way, and you can see the price goes up. So that's why, guys, it's very important to do your day chart analysis. I notice that many of you don't use the day chart analysis to do your homework. I think it's not correct. You know, it's just like going for war. I repeated before, right? You go for war, all right? The soldiers are fighting here. That is the M5 chart. Oops, sorry. This is the M5 chart. If you want to know how to win this battle, you need to stand on the top of the thing and watch the market from the top. And that is why the day chart is very important. So think about this. If I tell you yesterday, right, there's a diamond line and this number 46958, and I tell you that the market KSI is green. So as a good trader, you know that the market will not close at day low. So if the market hit the diamond line and rebounded, if you short the market, you should buy back the position. Okay, so that is what I meant by knowing the day chart to know the 5 minute so that you will know what to do. Okay, so that is something that you can consider. Yeah. All right, so now we take away this one and we look at the market right now. I'll look at one more market before we end the session, which is Bitcoin. Yeah. Okay, so Bitcoin, as you can see very clearly, Bitcoin has a really big issue. It's below the MA 200, it's below the MA 30, so it's kind of bearish. All right, although the KCX is blinking and the KSI is really going down, it's like a baby shark here itself. So in the near term, we may see a potential recovery, but still you cannot buy now because the candle did not turn yellow. Okay, so I will tell you upfront, if there is going to be a buy motion, good. Then you turn yellow, you can buy up all the way towards the MA 30 if the market stays above OP and turns yellow. But if the market don't do that, okay, if the market don't do that, suddenly the selling come in, if the sell, the KSI extended itself, then I'm pretty sure Bitcoin can come down. Please take note, 96,706. Okay, everyone take note this number. If Bitcoin goes up, we're going to see 108. If Bitcoin goes down, we're going to see 96,000. So which means that there's going to be at least an upside of 5,000 points and a downside of almost 6,000 points. And I believe that this will happen. Now, if you ask me which side will it go, right, I can be honest with you. I think the downside is higher chance. Now, why do I say that? Now, first of all, there's no much more any intriguing news to push up, okay? But of course, if the dollar is to come down, then it may swing the market towards the Bitcoin. Now the dollar is strengthening, the dollar is strong right now, so that is why the Bitcoin came off. So let's see the dollar, and if the dollar continue to stay strong, then I think this will happen. But if the dollar weaken, if the dollar start to weaken, then we will see the upside instead. So before we go, let's look at the dollar in the market. Oh, sorry. Okay, so this is the US dollar. As I told you, the dollar itself has a very strong resistance at the 100 level. And you can see that it is actually happening right now. The dollar is heavily resisted at the 100 level. So two ways to look at it. One way, if the dollar pull back, gold, Bitcoin will shoot up. Take note, yeah? But if the dollar don't come down and continue to go higher, then the dollar will, if the dollar goes higher, then Bitcoin and gold will actually come down further. So if you ask me itself, based on what I'm seeing here, I cannot believe that the dollar will go up again. It will go up again. Yeah, I said myself, yeah, will go up again. Why? Because if everybody thinks the same way, usually the market will think the other way. So traders take note of this. If the dollar really goes up, be careful on Bitcoin and gold. But once the dollar reaches this point, which is here, then I believe the dollar will come down, and that is where we'll start to buy Bitcoin and gold from the bottom. All right, all guys, if you understand this, the strategy that I have, if you understand this, press number 2. If you don't understand this as well, right, I'll try to write an article later somewhere and I'll post it up to everybody. Okay, guys, so that will be all for this today market. And for those who are in Vietnam, later on this evening, we will have a Zoom session at 8 p.m. to talk about CRAZII system, right? So do come in to join us. Thank you very much, guys. Thank you for coming in. Once again, I appreciate for your time. And this is Kel signing off. Take care. Thank you, everybody. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.